Alrighty, folks. So outside of some posters, what was that sound? We got everything set up. So this is how it's going to have to look. Yeah, so looking at this shelf, there's only about 16 inches from yay to yay. And I can't really fit anything in there outside of the Sauron mace. You know, like look at the 1/4 next to it. You know, maybe you guys have some ideas outside of the mace. I don't know of anything else that would work. Granted, the mace does work great, and it does give me wall space for something else. You know, trying to determine if I even want to, you know, put this here, the Mace of Sauron. You know, I could, if anything, put it maybe right there. And maybe that works. Yeah, so it's not blocking as much. You know, and I was even thinking, this thing's like falling on me, hanging this right in the middle. You know, it's like, I think that could look really cool. So, and then other than that, we have this Lord of the Rings poster, and this is a one of 3. I only own the Fellowship, but there are 2 more, and then this one, Jerry Vander Selt. So I can't fit, I mean, I can fit that down low, but then you can't see the spikes. That does not fit down low. You know, like I was just thinking if I wanted to keep the Pure Arts art mask. Now, the Sauron helmet itself does not give me anything additional because I already, you know, I'm going to have the life size. That's even bigger. And it's a full head. That one's not. But the Barad-dûr is really cool. I mean, Weta's is better. It's bigger. It doesn't have the eye, which is stupid, like beyond ridiculous. But this is more or less how it's going to be. I left those bars big, but granted, you know, in a few minutes you're going to see the Nazgul right there. The Nazgul will block that. It is just easier for me in setting everything up. This I did have to cut. So I had to take it outside, use my metal cutter, and cut them all. I think I did a really good job. And it does give me definitely sufficient space to, you know, display Sauron good. And I, you know, maximized so I have extra width that way just because I know the Witch King, the Witch King is labeled as 30 inches wide. And I know Nazgul's like 24 or something, so they're quite wide, but I'm going to have the Nazgul diagonally angled, and then Witch King forward, or maybe even slightly angled. So the width will not be as bad. But outside of putting the posters up for Lord of the Rings and returning, as soon as I get Nazgul in here, I'm going to return him over there. And yeah, this will work out good. The room does feel more open now that it's not a giant double DBZ tier. You know, and so I'm going to hang these posters. I got Aragorn's sword, so I could display it right behind him. And so that will look cool. You know, and then of course I got this poster, which is mostly the Fellowship, Sauron. Doesn't have like Witch King, does have, you know, Balrog. Doesn't have like the Witch King though. Does it have Nazguls? It does. I mean, I could throw that poster up there if I wanted to, but I'm really leaning of that in the middle. And then maybe even doing the Morgul Blade and Sting. You know, trying to keep it simple. Then over here is where you do Aragorn's sword. And then maybe up on the left right there. Or here in the middle, you put this poster, and then you also have the Sauron poster. You know, and I could do the Sauron poster either with the Prime 1 or with the busts. You know, either one works. I'm also leaning of just doing the 2 posters directly behind this, like Sauron's poster there, the Fellowship poster right there, and then right there do Aragorn's sword. But I could also do Aragorn's sword next to him because it technically was the sword that chopped off his finger rebuilt. So That might work good as well. You know, doing 3 weapons. I'm going to figure it out, but for now I'm actually going to display Frodo right there. I think that looks good, just having an entire Prime 1 line. It's crazy how tiny Frodo is next to Sauron. And then, as you can see, the orcs look good. I have plenty of height space still, you know, and they're about 20 inches tall. So this is definitely the best route to go versus having them the exact same and not being able to display statues down low. You know, because if I did that, I don't have space for Frodo, orcs, Boromir. You know, I haven't pre-ordered Boromir. I'll probably just use a bunch of reward points and pick him up for free. So I don't plan to pre-order him. I'm just going to get him, unless he gets low stock, then I will. But, you know, I have a lot of purchases that will go through that will give me enough reward points to basically get him for free. So we'll hold off in getting him until that time comes. Other than that, you know, we're getting real close here. Just got to do some cleanups and hang some posters, move some statues. I'm going to set up the Nazgul next. We'll show you that. And then after that, I'm just going to finish everything, vacuum, dust, all that jazz, hang all the posters, fix nail holes, and we'll just, you know, basically save that for kind of a new room tour-ish, sort of, you know, for the next day. So stay tuned. We're going to go ahead and set up Nazgul and probably, you know, mount that directly in the middle of the wall, because I think that will look cool. Yeah, that'll work good in the middle of the wall, and then weapons on each side. I mean, you could do Sting and Aragorn's sword. I'm kind of leaning towards just 2, Sting and Morgul Blade, though. Because they're shorter swords, they won't hinder the look of the busts. Granted, the Nazgul bust, it's going to go up to about right there, and then the sword is what goes so high. But yeah, I'm figuring things out. It's all, you know, trial and error, figuring out what looks best. Just like DBZ, you guys saw, I went through so many iterations before I got it to look where I'm happy. So with the 1/4 Lord of the Rings, I'm great. We'll put Gandalf Ultimate right here, and then Frodo will eventually go down there. And I mean, granted, we have tons of depth, so you could have the 2 orcs behind Frodo, and then Boromir. Like the orcs are chasing Frodo, or the orcs are chasing Boromir, because, you know, he fought orcs, tons of orcs. So I may even just do the orcs on each side, and then Frodo and Boromir in the middle. So it definitely works, and it's looking real good. Kind of funny, someone commented yesterday, the collection's looking more cluttered with the changes. I'm like, really? No, it's not. Not even a little. This is way more clean and spacious. You know, this room feels much bigger and everything is more spacious. You know, before, the Trinity was completely touching and had to have Aragorn forward. Boom, boom, boom. It had much less space. He was touching 2 statues. Now he's much more spacious. These now have like 6 inches between them. It is not more cluttered. Whoever said that, you're a fool. I can tell you straightforward, it is not more cluttered. It is substantially less cluttered now, because I'm selling like 14 statues and only adding like 4. Granted, they're big busts, but, you know, it is substantially less cluttered. Alrighty, folks, what's up, Nazgul? Hey, Gizmo. What's going on? Finally got this room cleared up. I haven't installed the last 2 Lord of the Ring posters or Frodo's sword, but boom. Finally, Jupiter. There's a good 2 inches above his sword. I think the height was perfect, though. I wouldn't want it any taller and any shorter. And as you can see, there's still plenty of space to go ahead and put the Witch King, and I actually can scoot him over a little bit if I need to. He has such a massive base, and I displaying it like this, you know, where like the things are draping to the sides, you can still see the top of that hill, whatever it's called. And we're doing the hand armor sort of like that, you know, just to, I mean, this is like really close to the hand, but I do want to see some of it. And so, yeah, like that. I think that looks great. So yeah, it looks really good. Very happy. Big thanks to Secret Compass for this. Secret Compass Online, they're such a good retailer. You know, anytime I order from them, they ship same day. Shane, the owner, has great communication. He gives me good pricing. you know, so just a standout guy for sure. So yeah, now of course we got to wait on the Witch King. I mean, Resin GK's telling me it's shipping this week on the 13th. Let's see if that's true. Would be ecstatic if we could get that, you know. So, but yeah, now I just got to hang the other posters. I'm thinking just Sauron's poster, not behind him because it's blocked, but in the middle, because then you'll still be able to see it really good. Frodo's sword sting. I'm trying to think, you know, because the Witch King's sword is going to be going up there, and putting anything between them is going to be difficult as well. I may just do, like I said, Sauron's mace. I'm going to keep it here. It's the only thing I can actually put underneath that fits. No statues will go there. I'm not going to put any little Weta dios, like, you know, whatever down there. I won't like that. I guess the one thing that could fit is the Weta Smog. That was only 12 inches tall. You know, the one I used to own? That one was pretty sick. Smog could fit. But I'm sticking to Lord of the Rings, not Hobbit. We already sold my Bolg. You know, so... But yeah, this is the final vlog in terms of like setting stuff up, because everything's set up. You know, now it's just a matter of hanging the remaining posters and props. So yeah, the next video is just going to be more or less like a room tour, you know, with everything fully set up. Of course, I'm not going to tour the other two rooms that had 0 changes, just, you know, this room in all its glory once we get everything up. This room's basically almost done though. We just got a few things to hang. And Aragorn's sword arrives later this week, so we'll mount that. You know, I think that will look really good. So, just trying to determine where I want to put the swords. If it's directly behind Aragorn, or we do a poster and do the sword more over here, or even directly in the middle do Aragorn's sword, you know, and then do a poster there, sword in the middle. And Frodo's sting, I mean, I'd love to have it next to him, but it needs to be wall mounted somewhere. I mean, we could do it near anywhere. Like I said, I was wanting to get a Morgul blade as well, like right there, or in between right here. So I could do a Morgul blade there, sting right there. I'm just worried again, Sauron's helmet might block it, so I may hold off on sting, but I do want to get the Morgul blade. You know, the one that stabbed Frodo. That could go great behind him. Or on this side. You know, like right there. But yeah, all around looks really good. Very happy with the setup. I think it looks super clean, very nice. We're getting some really good pieces in the collection. You know, I'll go ahead and back it up. There's Raiden. Yeah, that looks sick, folks. Very, very cool. Alrighty, folks. So hope you all enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for tomorrow's final video in regards to all the updates. Then after that, we should be having hopefully some more unboxing reviews, preview videos, and whatnot. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day. Alrighty, folks. So we do have the shelf built for the Witch King and Nazgul. Goodness. And I wanted to see how this looked down low. Technically, I don't have to do a garage shelf here. I could just do a little, you know, I'm even considering a 24 by 24 by 24 inch shelf. Although then you have a bunch of carpet. It's probably still best to just do the garage shelf. Then you can also do like little props next to them. But this is 5 feet 3 inches. So it gives me 3 inches, you know, above it. And underneath, let's measure that. Alrighty, so from the very bottom, because I put wood on the ground to maximize height, to the top of that black thing is 26 inches. And technically, you could go up 2 more inches. So 28 inches max if you had something like a pole. The head needs to probably be less than 24. But you could definitely fit like Lurtz, Boromir, Frodo right here. Or, you know, Frodo, Boromir, and the, you know, Merry, Pippin, and Sam. Like, that's kind of my hope, is to do like Boromir in the corner, Frodo, Merry, Pippin, and Sam. Well, Frodo next to Sam, Merry, Pippin, Boromir. Like, if they finish the Fellowship, or if there's just in general a good Merry, Pippin, and Sam, so I could have the complete Fellowship, then it would work. Nevertheless, we can at a minimum get Boromir with Frodo with my 2 orcs down there. So I really don't think I'm going to be able to put much underneath Sauron, because his shelf needs to be almost half this. You know, and I was really thinking of having all the shelves the same height, and Chasing Collectibles was telling me, dude, don't do it. You need that extra height, but Sauron here. So I'm listening to him. I think he's right, just because if I had both the shelves that low, I couldn't even fit Frodo. So it's in my best interest to do it like this, because then we can obviously fit, like, you know, 1/4 scale statues there. Like, those orcs are only 20 inches tall. Frodo, I think, is like 16. Boromir's 20. And like I said, I could fit 28. So I could fit Lurtz, who's 24 inches. You know, but a nice solid 28 inches works good. For now, what I'll do is, once this is set up, do Frodo right there, or Frodo maybe in the middle with the 2 orcs on each side. Although I may just keep the orcs next to Sauron for now. But eventually, once Gandalf comes, I'll lower those next to Frodo. So he might just be a solo piece for now. But yeah, next is Sauron. I'm not sure if I have the metal to make this work. Like, in terms of without having to cut it. Like, I obviously have this metal right here. I would have to get my metal cutter and cut it to about yay high. I'm going to search my closet to see if I have any that's like 16 inches tall, because I think that's about what I want. If nothing, I'll just go cut it. No choice. Because ultimately it is best to do it at a garage shelf, you know. So probably have to just cut the metals, what I'm thinking. But we want to get it, like I said, a few inches of me being able to put Sauron without risk of his head hitting. So like I said, maybe like 3 inches beneath his head. And in my video, I had stated 6 feet clearance. So I'm thinking 6'3", basically 12 inches beneath that, in order to properly display him, not have his head basically touching the ceiling, because I don't like that. You know, I need at least a few inches clearance. So, I mean, even like 6'2", 6'3", basically my height. Goodness. To go ahead and clear him good, you know. But I definitely want his head at least yay tall, just because it is, you know, the horns, his eyes will be, you know, 10 inches beneath that. But I'm thinking that works good. Alrighty, let's go ahead and build his shelf now.